Okay, y'all read the title. This is ranking every Warzone map from worst to best, so let's just get into it. Starting this list off, we got Caldera. I don't think many people will disagree with me when I say that Caldera is the worst Warzone map of all time. When this map replaced Verdansk, everyone hated it. It was a huge downgrade. The visuals were horrible, the trees prevented you from seeing anyone, and the POIs were just forgettable. Not to mention that this map is tied to Vanguard, which is considered to be the worst COD ever. I barely played the map. In fact, the only wins I've ever gotten was on the Sticks and Stones game mode. I never won an actual Battle Royale match because I didn't like the map. I can't even think of any good things about it, and even if I did, the other maps probably did it way better. Let's just move on. This was hyped for one of the season updates, and then it got removed about a month later. Now, I don't think it's the worst thing ever, but this POI did not work as a resurgence map. Most POIs are not designed with the intention to be resurgence maps. They're supposed to add life to the bigger Warzone area. Also, the circle wouldn't even end in the Fortress POI, where this resurgence map took place on. Instead, finishing on some water that's far away from the main spot. Why? I can see why this map was removed, and I'm not sad about it because I did not enjoy it as much as the other resurgence maps. This map will be forgotten in less than a year if it hasn't already. I used to like this map back in Warzone 1. Now, I hate it. The amount of people just sitting on rooftops kills the vibe, and for some reason they changed the layout? What? Why? The original was only out for a few months and it was fine. That giant underground system in the middle of the map is such a stupid addition. I also have to mention how the flow of the game here does not feel good. No other Resurgence maps have this, even the original, so I don't know what went wrong here. You could say it's a skill issue on my part, and it probably is, but I still don't like the changes that were made. Also, if there was a map that you struggled on, would you really rank it higher than the ones you'd do better on? Vondel feels like a better Fortune Keep, a bigger than Rebirth type of map, but flows so much better. This map in my opinion is not as open as Fortune Keep, which allows you to regain much easier. I also really like the POIs here. University, Mall, and Market all come to mind when I think about Vondel. There used to be a few flaws with this map, first being the fog. It messed up the flow of the map, and I believe it was random, so there was no way to predict when it would happen. Snipers were useless because of the fog, and since the map had a lot of cover, there was no need for it. But I think this feature was removed when Modern Warfare 3 Warzone came around. There was also the issue with pistols being really good on this map because of the water. As you all know, when you're underwater, the only guns you can shoot are pistols. I admit though, this was fun. I abused this, and it allowed pistols that wouldn't normally be used to shine. Nowadays, whatever loadout you have access to a pistol when underwater. While this isn't my favorite map, I think it's a pretty solid map, and I won't complain if I have to play it. I like this map. It's an open area type of map, and it played well. I love the POIs, and it was cool to see the Modern Warfare 2 2009 maps a part of it. However, the Modern Warfare 2 engine does hold this map back. This engine works better for DMZ, and I feel that this is the same case for the map itself. Not saying that I played bad in Battle Royale, but it felt way better in DMZ. This is still a really solid map, and definitely an upgrade from Caldera. When I first played it, I got those classic Verdansk feels again. It was such a good map, but the others that I have not talked about yet are just better in my opinion. I don't have much to say about this map, so let's move on. This one feels like Al-Mazrah and Verdansk combined, and I'm all for it. Now it does have the problem with people sitting on top of those stupid cranes, who thought this was a good idea. Other than that, I love it. Zeravan City feels like downtown and Al-Mazrah City, and Urzikstan Cargo feels like port from both maps. Fun fact, out of all the Battle Royale maps, I've gotten the most solo wins I've ever had on Urzikstan. This could be because I've just gotten better at the game, and nothing to do with the map itself. There is a bit of a performance issue that I've been having. I don't have any clips of it, so I'll do my best to describe it. Sometimes the game would not load things properly, which would lead to trees looking like blobs with no detail put to them. There would also be some rocks that are not visible, but I can still make contact with. These aren't game breaking, but it certainly takes away from the smooth experience this map has. I still like it though. Earth's Extend is a solid map, but the others that are above it are because of the nostalgia. Can you really blame me for that? There's no surprise that Verdansk would be in the top 3. It is such an iconic map and lots of people hold amazing memories with it. Some could even say that Verdansk brought people together during 2020. It was part of the revival of Call of Duty after it was struggling for a few years. Even though I sucked at Verdansk only having 2 solo wins on it, I love the map and I truly believe it is the best of the Battle Royale maps. Yes, it did have its issues, like the rose skin or the sun being too bright, but who can fully hate this map? I played more Resurgence than BR because I sucked at staying alive, but when I played with my friends and family on it, it was so much fun. If the rumors are true that Verdansk is coming back in Black Ops 6 Warzone, then I'm hella excited. I don't know if this would be a surprise to anyone, but I think Ashika Island is a banger of a map. Almazra and Vondo felt better on DMZ, but Ashika Island felt so good on Resurgence. After not having a real Resurgence map for some time, Ashika Island made me so happy that it was here. I love the tone of this place, having a darker atmosphere and the color just looks sick. The castle in the middle is easily the coolest part of the map, having such a slick design. The Modern Warfare 2 engine did not slow down the gameplay for me. I don't know why, but I felt like it was just right. This did have an underground system like current Fortune's Keep, but I don't mind it here since it's a good way to take back the high ground in the castle. I am annoyed that this map was removed because with the limited time I was able to play it with the Modern Warfare 3 engine, I loved it. I really hope it makes a return, and in my humble opinion, it is better than the other Resurgence maps. Except for one. I mean, is this really a surprise to anyone? This map started off as what you would play if you died way too much on Verdansk. And it got really sweaty, having some of the most iconic Warzone clips originating from here. This is a map where I got most of my wins, learned to aim better, learned to master movement, and even got my first clutches on. I love how only small changes were made to this map. No adding in an underground system, just making certain areas better. The map does change from match to match nowadays, but it is not permanent, and I really wish this was the route they went for with Fortune's Keep. I won't deny that this is a really sweaty map, but the memories that I made here allow me to put this at number 1. Even now, I think how most games are played here are really fast-paced but not too fast. You may disagree with me, you can call out my nostalgia, but I truly believe this is the best Warzone map in the entire series.